Great. Now I got the number. So now working backwards, how much do we need in total assets to be able to generate $480,000 a year? You know the number?
4.8 mil.
You sure? Gersh, I think sometimes you like in the morning, your head doesn't get on straight. 480,000.
No, that would be double.
It's 9.6.
9.6. Yeah, I had it. I was thinking 20,000 a month because I don't know.
Yeah, because you do that all the time. So 9.6 million. That's how much you would need in total assets. Now, does that mean that that's how much you need in retirement savings to be able to do that? No, because you had just mentioned that it's not. Most of your income is not going to come from just your 401ks and IRAs. It's the 9.6 in total assets is how much you need in is represented in all the assets that you own in your household. So
it's basically everything besides the house you live in.
Correct. So that is, so what is that comprised of then?
That would include, like you said, it would include your 401ks and whatnot, but it would also include your net business value.
Yep.
So what it's worth after taxes and debt.
Yep.
It would include any, if you own the practice building or you own any rental properties or any real estate that you're not living in.
Correct. Yeah.
It would include, it could even include your bank accounts.
Yeah, it can include all of that. And we can assign a value of that to like Social Security or a pension. Because if someone's got a pension coming in, that's, let's just say it's 50 grand a year. So how much value would you associate with that?
That's worth, that's $1 million.
That's $1 million, right? So that's $1 million. That's part of your, it's not technically part of your net worth, but when you do like an equivalent of that amount, it's worth that much to you. So if you got a side,
because if you want to generate 50,000 a year elsewhere in other investments, you're going to need about $1 million put away.
Yeah.
So its wealth equivalent is $1 million.
Yeah. So that's five. So that'd be exactly. So we're not telling people that you have to have like, $9.6 million of just money sitting in the bank. It's going to be total value of all of your household assets. And then I just need to make sure that all of them on average, we're at least earning a 5% rate of return on those.
Yep.
And some are going to earn more. Your real estate probably is going to earn 10 to 12%. And maybe we have, money sitting in treasury bills or municipal bonds that are only earning, 4 or 5%. And, say that you have some other investments that are earning, 15, 8, 10, whatever it is. But if we average that amount, then we should be able to satisfy that number.
Yeah. We're just targeting an overall average rate of return of 5%.
Yeah. So, but again, when we talk with most people, what are they concerned about? They're just looking at their retirement assets and they're saying, what's my rate of return on these? As opposed to, what am I getting from my real estate? What am I getting from, what's my business value? What am I going to net on that? So it's really important that if we're setting the right target, number one is looking at the desired income. Number two, determining how much we need in total assets to be able to satisfy that number. And then what is the gap? So we'll take an example. So I was working with a client and we determined that they wanted the $20,000 a month or $240 a year. So their what do we call it? Their desired income was 20,000. They needed 4.8 million in total assets.
Correct.
After adding up all of their assets that would generate the income, we had 3.4 million. So they have a wealth gap.
Yeah. 1.4.
1.4. Okay. So now, and they got 7 years before they want to retire.
So they need to put away about $200K a year.
Not only, but they don't need to do all of that, but they also,
I mean, it would be less when you factor in compound interest,
well,
but just dollar for dollar.
But they'd also just need to increase the value of their practice to minimize minimize that, because the value of your practice can go up, is going to go up much faster than anything else, or it could.
Yeah.
So it could.